Hello, my name is Kevin. I'm diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, and I'm here to present a speech to you about how to maintain boundaries. Myself, I've had so much difficulty maintaining boundaries with people. So what are some of the traits of Asperger's syndrome? Obsessiveness, clumsiness, unusual, eccentric behavior, the inability to see the change in people's mood or behavior. Reading body language, eye contact, and language difficulties. So many people have helped me to maintain boundaries. My family, friends, Toastmasters. Today, I'll describe to you in detail how these people have helped me. Some advice: listen to your mom. Your mom has maternal instincts. Your mom carried you inside of her for 9 months. Your mom knows you better than anyone in this world. She can help you. My mom helped me with eye contact. Eye contact is so powerful. It's so personable. It's likable. It's attractive. It gives you trust, honesty, sincerity, self-confidence. Here is how my mom helped me with eye contact. My mom would take me, sit me in front of her. My mom would start talking to me. She would say, "Kevin, I am talking to you. Look at me." Then I would turn my head sideways or downwards. My mom, with such affection, gentleness, would take my head, face it forward. "Kevin, I am talking to you. Look at me." When it was my turn to talk, my mom would say, "Kevin, you are talking to me. Look at me." We repeated this so many times. One occasion, my sister was laughing in the background. She thought it was so cute. My mom has helped me in so many areas. I lack coordination. I have difficulty using my hands. My mom would teach me how to button up a shirt or tie my shoelaces, put on a jacket. Also, my mom helped me in grooming to be able to fit in with other kids. Often, I would talk about topics to my mom that only interested me. Also, I would frequently just talk about myself. My mom told me, "Kevin, so you think your world is fascinating?" And I said, Yeah. "Kevin, don't you think that other people's world could be fascinating? Kevin, if you asked them, you could discover a complete new adventure." I thought, yes. My mom every morning would say, "Good morning, Kevin. How are you?" I would say, "Fine." And Kevin, "Oh, Mom, how are you?" And then one day, I said, "Good morning, Mom. How are you? Did you sleep well?" My mom could not stop laughing because she knew I finally understood. Sometimes at work I get in trouble. I talk too much. I phone my mom for help. My mom would tell me, "Kevin, you need to learn to be quiet, not to gossip." I said, "Thank you, Mom." Now, Kevin, repeat this 10 times. "Mom, I am 40 years old." Kevin, repeat it 10 times. I did, and because of that, I really understand how at work you need to be quiet and not gossip. My dad was my hero, my mentor. My father guided me at work, in school, in general life. My father, I think my favorite memory of him was when he used to tutor me every Monday night. I think that my dad realized then that I was so obsessive. My dad would try to teach me Shakespeare. I would ask my dad, "Do you think the Cincinnati Reds are going to win the World Series?" I was obsessed with sports. I was also obsessed with movies and television. I would ask him questions about this. My dad, I think, could not change me. He knew I would always be obsessive. And so he channeled my obsessiveness. My dad taught me 4 different languages, which are baseball, basketball, football, and hockey. Also, I would spend endless hours with my dad watching movies and TV programs. Afterwards, we would discuss the meaning that the movie or TV program was trying to tell us. My dad had a strategy. Now, most people love to watch at least one sport. A lot of people have a favorite TV program. Also, a lot of people like to watch movies. So my dad taught me to be an expert at these topics, and it would give me a huge advantage when I had conversations with people. I have a sister named Kim, who is 1 year younger than I am. I used to torment Kim all through childhood. Although Kim protected me, Kim was in my corner. Kim protected me, especially when kids made fun of me. I'll tell you a story. Once my sister friends were telling Kim, "There's this total goof in the classroom. He disrupts the class. He is the class clown. He tells blunt jokes, and he uses inappropriate behavior. And he invades our space when we're trying to learn with the teacher." Actually, it's ironic, Kim. He has the same last name as you. My sister was so embarrassed. She said, "Actually, that is my brother." Kim came to me, said, "Kevin, you need to learn how to fit in better with other kids. You need to learn to set boundaries. Kevin, I can help you." Kim told me some tips. "Kevin, when you see a student avoiding eye contact with you, or when you're talking to them, they look the other way or they back up. Kevin, that is a sign. Also, when they have limited verbal conversations with you, they nod their head, yep, or they make faces. That's a sign, Kevin, that you need to back off, to give them space, maintain your boundary." Being around Kim's age, I would date girls about our age, and she helped me tremendously. I thanked Kim. Kim said, "Kevin, I accept that. Kevin, but I'm doing this for myself as well, so you do not embarrass me. Kevin, you can torment me. I am your little sister, and it is my job. Kevin, just don't embarrass me." Kim was so funny. My other sister, Lori, was 6 years younger than I am. Lori had a great sense of humor. Lori loved to laugh, loved to listen to jokes. Except Lori knew when enough was enough. Lori knew when to stop. Now I am very immature, and that's why I got along with Lori so well. Lori had an idea. "Kevin, to fit in better with kids, why don't you tell jokes? Kevin, you have a memory, you have some wit. Kevin, take a scenario, think of all the immature things that can happen, and use that material to make jokes." I did, and it worked. Lori taught me, "Kevin, do not use sarcasm to hurt people. Do not use offensive jokes." An example would be racist jokes. To this day, in my comedy speeches at Toastmasters, Lori helps me. Sometimes I have trouble paying attention to my friends. I would be in my own world. I get distracted or ignore them, but not on purpose. One friend in particular played the Asperger game with me. He would do this. "Kevin, did you book the flight tickets? Hey, Paul, did Montreal win last night? He smiled. Kevin, did you book the flight tickets? Hey, Paul, did Montreal win last night? Kevin, did you book the flight tickets? Hey, Paul, did Montreal win last night? Montreal won, Kevin. Now, did you book the flight tickets? Sorry, Paul. Yes, I did. Paul explained to me later, Kevin, I play the Asperger game with you, and you win every single time. Kevin, you need to learn to pay attention to your friends. You could cause serious damage to your relationships. That scared me. And so I tried hard to pay attention. I think I salvaged most of my relationships. Toastmasters has helped me to maintain boundaries. Toastmasters is a public speaking club. I estimate from Kingston, Ontario, right through to Ottawa and all of Quebec, there's about 200 Toastmaster clubs. Every week, there's 2 to 3 speakers, which means there's 2 to 3 evaluators. Every week, we have impromptu speaking, table topics. Every week, there's a quizmaster, the jokester, the grammarian, the awe counter, the timer. Every week, we have a different role. Toastmasters has helped me to communicate better with people. I have problems with pronunciation, enunciation, and basically getting my point across to people. I have to continually tune in to other people's body language in order for me to help understand them. I have worked overnight graveyard shifts at various hotels my whole adult life. In hotels, I have to deal with customers. Not exactly my strong point. Ha, ha. I remember the first hotel I worked at, in the job interview, I said, I'm not a people's person. Although, if you need to balance your books, to do the counting, I'm your man. It's a miracle they hired me. Again, ha, ha. Years later, when I worked at Novotel, again, years later, the person that interviewed me told me, Kevin, I could tell in that interview you had public speaking training. For every question you answered with an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. You are so well rehearsed. At Toastmasters, we have something called a mentoring moment. I stood up and I said, I have a mentoring moment. With customers, I now use an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Here is an example with a customer. They asked me where the parking was. I said, yes, I can tell you where the parking is. I then explained to them where the parking is. And then I said, now you know where the parking is. Now you know where to park your car. Having Asperger's syndrome, I sometimes have problems with social skills with customers. I will roam off topic, or as I mentioned, talk about myself frequently. One customer in particular, he was so angry. He did not receive housekeeping service for a whole week. And I apologized to him about 1,000 times. I made things worse. He became more angry. I told him, sir, I am trying to show you empathy. It is my job. And then I asked him if he was going to come back to the hotel. He was not very impressed. Another time, a lady aged around 45 was with her teenage daughter. I was checking them out of the hotel. And all I talked about was the Miami Dolphins football team. I did not realize until years later that they were probably not very interested. Here is how Toastmasters has helped me. At Toastmasters, for our speeches, we do extensive research, which has helped me become more informed to the point now that I can now talk to customers about other things other than the Miami Dolphins football team. When we research, we read, and this has helped my vocabulary. my grammar with customers. At Toastmasters, we learned to use gestures to change the tone in our voice. And now with customers, I'm more expressive, more animated, and I do show empathy. Sometimes with customers, I will miss a social cue, misread their body language, use inappropriate humor. I remember one customer, he was angry. He said, "Everyone, Kevin just authorized my credit card for $950. Kevin, tell me why." Misreading his sarcasm in the social cue, I said, "I can help you. Your rate is $149. Times that by 13% is $19.37. Add that to $149 is $168.37. You're staying here for 5 nights. So $168.37 times 5 is $841.85. Then we take account $25 a day for incidentals. 25 times 5 is 125. Add that to 841.85 is $966.85. Now, I authorized your credit card for $950. So in essence, I should have authorized your card for $16.85 more. I did not, because I did not want to make you angry." He then said, "Kevin, if you just did that in your head, and I think that you did, that is so arrogant." My coworker gently pushed me aside and said, "I will handle the situation." Also, once the girls at the front desk were in the back office gossiping about a customer. They said, the parents, they are nice, lovely, except the daughter is such a spoiled brat. I interjected into the conversation. I said, "You have to tell the parents that. Say that, you are so beautiful and wonderful. But then ask them, why are you such lousy parents?" The girls were shocked. They were tongue-tied. Here is how Toastmasters has helped me. At Toastmasters, we have a program. We have a strict agenda. And I think that Toastmasters, in a way, has brought me up socially. This has helped me become more organized in my brain. And so now with customers, I know now how to use the proper protocol with them. At Toastmasters, we're always very professional. For guests, we shake their hand. We smile. We're always polite. We listen. We dress nicely. We are always politically correct. And we don't say anything to offend anyone. We're professional. So this has helped me to be professional with customers. Sometimes at work, I will use unusual, eccentric behavior. I'm hyperactive. There's this energy that comes out of me that comes from nowhere. Once, my coworker was trying to talk to me, and I was dancing. This beat goes on, this beat goes on and on and on and on. He said, "Kevin, I've been trying to talk to you for 5 minutes straight. Did anything sink in?" I said, "Nope. No siree, not me. No, no. Nope." He then said, "So Kevin, so then you know that you're totally annoying." Then I got frustrated and I said, "Yep, yes siree, I am. Yep, Yahtzee. Yes. Everyone, just to let you know, I'm very close to this coworker, and I apologized after." Here is how Toastmasters has helped me. At Toastmasters, the golden rule is listening. We listen to the speaker because we have to evaluate them. we have to give them constructive criticism, positive feedback. And so now all my energy, hyperactivity, is geared towards that speaker. I thought, use the same energy towards my coworker. At Toastmasters, I've taken leadership roles. Club president, area director. So now I'm forced to set an example, to set guidance. I'm forced to be a mentor, which is beautiful. And now I want to mentor my coworkers. So many people have helped me to maintain boundaries, and I am so thankful. I am so grateful. If I am speaking to anyone with Asperger's syndrome, I want to say, you are special. It is beautiful. Also, you have special skills, so you can do things in this world. Do something great. You have so much potential. But please, you got to remember to love yourself. Because if you can love yourself, that means that you can love other people. And that means that other people, they're going to love you as well. And that is so beautiful. Thank you.